Welcome back, everyone. We are continuing that Mockvita solution series that we have recently started. This would be the fourth video, and I believe this is that third question that was asked in Mockvita 2020. All right, now let's move on to the problem description. On a busy road, multiple cars are passing by. A simulation is run to see what happens if brake fails for all cars on the road. The only way for them to be safe is if they don't collide and pass by each other. The goal is to identify whether any of the given cars would collide or pass by each other safely around a roundabout. Think of this as a reference point O, origin with coordinate 0, 0. But instead of going around it, cars pass through it. Okay, considering that each car is moving in a straight line towards the origin with an individual uniform speeds, cars will continue to travel in the same straight line even after crossing origin. Calculate the number of collisions that will happen in such a scenario. Okay, calculate collisions only at the origin, ignore the other collisions. Assume that each car continues on its respective path even after the collision without change of direction or speed for an infinite distance. Okay, and our constraints are C. First line contains an integer C denoting the number of cars that are there. All right. Next, C lines contain three space delimited values. First two of them begin for position X and Y. So it's sort of a graph in a 2D space, and that third one is for speed. All right. A single integer Q is denoting the number of collision at origin. That is the output. All right, great. So as far as I can understand this question, we'll be given the coordinates from which that particular car will start, and we have to find at a particular time how many cars are colliding at origin. Now that is a very easy question because we don't have to find how many cars will collide anywhere else. We only have to find at origin. Okay. So the thing is, as far as I can understand, I'll create a dictionary for time where multiple cars have assimilated at a same time. All right, and for that I need to calculate the distance from where they currently are to origin. Now, how do we calculate distance in you know in a graph? Basically, how to calculate distance, calculation of this distance. So if you all might remember currently, and if we go a little back in time, in a high school we have studied how to find, if we have a point A with coordinates x1 y1, and if we have point B with coordinates x2 y2, how do we find the distance between A and B? What we do is we simply calculate this using x2 minus x1, this raised to the power 2, plus y2 minus y1 raised to the power 2, and all of this we take square root of all of this. Okay, so raised to the power 1 by 2, and this will provide us with the distance. Okay, I hope all of you know this formula because it's pretty elementary. Okay, now we have already calculated distance with the help of this formula, and just for your concern, x1 and y1, this is the origin. Point A is origin, so x1 and y1 will be 0 and 0. Now this makes a formula even more easy because x2 minus x1 means x2 minus 0. So this becomes like this: x2 square x2 power 2 plus y2 power 2 square root. This will give us a distance. Now we have to calculate when that particular car will reach the origin. So we have to calculate the time. And how do we calculate time? That's also known. Time is equal to distance upon velocity. We have already been provided velocity. Okay, I made this thing. Velocity, great. So once we have created time, we calculate at what time they reach origin. Okay, and a collision will only occur if two or more car reach at the same time at origin. Okay, so what we have to do is we'll calculate that each car is reaching at what time at the origin, and if more than one car, because if only one car is at a particular time at that origin, then obviously it won't collide, it will pass safely. But if more than one car is reaching origin at a particular time, then there is a collision. Okay. Now, how do we calculate collision? Suppose we have to calculate how many cars have collided. Calculate. Okay. I'll show you an example before that they have provided us with. They have given us a few values, okay, and they have provided us with an explanation. There are five cars A, B, C, D, E, and A and B reach at the same time, A and C reach at the same time, B and C reach at the same time. It doesn't actually indicate time, it only means that these four cars are colliding. Okay, so but if we use a little bit of our brain, we can see that if A and B are colliding and A and C are colliding and B and C are, then all these three have the same time. So okay, and D and E, they have a different time. Okay, so if I have to make assumption, I'll say that at t1 time a b sorry a b and C are there at t1 time. Okay, and at t2 time D and E are there. So since only two cars are present, D and E, it means that there has only been one collision, and that was between D and E. Okay, this part is really important because this is where most of the students messed up. All right, and if there are three cars A, B, and C, okay, then they have specifically mentioned it as three collisions, not one collision, because there is a collision between A and B, there is a collision between B and C, and there is a collision between A and C. Okay, so here we have three collisions. Now, most of you might be wondering how are we supposed to calculate this? Then I believe you might have solved a question where it's mentioned that there are n people in a party and everyone shake hand with someone else. Then how many total handshakes were there in a party? It's quite similar to that one. And if in this because a car A can collide with every other car there is except for itself. So the formula for that is n into n minus 1. This is a practice formula and it's quite easy. N into n minus 1 2, it will indicate how many total collisions would be there. If there are three cars and I put it in this formula, n into n minus 1 divided by 2, our answer will be, let me just calculate it. It will be 3 into 3 minus 1, that will be 2 divided by 2. Now this will give us 3, and we know that there we had 3 collision, and then we'll add that one collision which occurred between car D and E. Okay, so with this we have calculated the number of collision. Okay, now let's solve the question. I hope it might be quite clear because this is a very easy question. All right, let's move on. I'll just remove these parts. Okay, so I'll definitely need this function import math because I'm not gonna because I'm basically gonna use the functions inbuilt function. All right, so all right, first I'll take the number of cars. uh, you have to look at the input format because it can also be quite troublesome if you kept on taking input in the wrong format. So I'll take input, and after that I'll just I'll just start a loop. Why not? I start a loop for I no for car in range cars. That seems more readable. Okay, what I'm doing for car in range cars. Okay, now let's take our inputs. Our inputs, I'll take them in a list. It will, you can take input in this form list because we will be given the number of times we have the number of cars we have, and we will be given specifically those three values that are x, y, and v. X and y are the coordinates and v is the speed. So I'll just use int to map them into int, and I'll take an input and I'll split them. Okay, great. I have taken my inputs. Now I'll just calculate my coordinates. That will be in x will be inputs 1, y will be inputs 0. And if you want, you can directly just type x comma y comma v in this line. That will also use value. I'm just writing this because it's more, you know, readable in this format, and I like this. Okay, now we have x and y and v. Great. We have x and y coordinates, we have the velocity. Now we need to calculate our distance. How do we calculate that distance? I hope we all are, familiar with the formula that I just told you a few minutes back. I'll calculate my distance. How? I'll call that function math dot sqrt, and there I'll calculate x square plus y square. There's no need to subtract because we have to find the distance from xy coordinates to origin. So x minus 0 won't lead us anywhere. X square plus y square, and this will math dot sqrt. Now this will provide me with the distance correctly. Yes, it will. All right. Now, now I need to calculate the time. The time will be distance upon v. V is the velocity. Great. All right. Now I basically need I need a dictionary. Why? Because I need to calculate how many cars have reached at the same point at the same time, and I'll use dictionary because it has this key value pair which will be very usable for me. All right. Now I just have to check that if I need my dictionary times. I hope you know that dictionary user time for time value, sorry, time, I am saying that, a key value pair format. All right, so I'll just check if a values with this particular time exists. I'm just checking that if currently I have not initialized anything here in times. All right, so I am checking that if this value, suppose we have got a value, we have gotten a value 3. So if times dot get 3 exist, uh, because right now initially it won't have any value. So if it exists, which means this is if uh, this exists, if this is not equal to none, then what will I do? I'll just increment this by 1. Why? Because I know that one car has already reached at that particular time before, and now I only need to increment it by 1. Okay, so I'll just increment here by 1. But if no such car has reached in there at that particular point of time, I'll initialize a value 1, because if I don't initialize it 1, I might get an error next time. All right, great. So this with this our work here is done. Now I'll calculate all my time for all the cars, and after that I'll simply sorry, I've calculated my distance. Now I'll just calculate number of collisions. After that I'll calculate the number of collisions. How I'm going to calculate it? I've already created a dictionary. Okay, so now I'll check for time in that times dictionary, at what time how many cars have reached there. Okay, and I'll also create this variable. I'll name it collision, which is initialized 0. Okay, for time and times. And if uh, if basically the times time is not equal to 1, which means at that particular time the number of, at that particular point of time, if the numbers of cars that are present at origin is not equal to 1, then I'll use my formula which I have specified before, that is n into n minus 1 by 2. Okay, so I'll just calculate this with equal to collision into collision, the number of collisions that have occurred before, because I need to provide the total number of collisions, with times time into, I'm simply using my formula minus 1. This is a pretty standard formula. I hope you know this. N into n minus 1 by 2, because we have to find out, you know, every car has collided with every other car except himself. So with the help of this, we will, calculate our collision, and after that, I'll just print my collision. Okay, and since there's this format into minus 1 by 2 and all the square, I believe it will be in float. So I'll just, typecast this, because presentation error is a thing in code beta. Okay, now let's try to run this, and I'm not going to put all the inputs, so I'll just copy all of these. All right, I've got an error if times time is not equal to 1. Invalid syntax. Why? Because I have not used the correct syntax. I'll run my code again. Now I'll copy all the values, I'll press enter, and the answer is 4. And what is the correct answer? Yes, it is 4. It can't be wrong because this question is really simple. So that was all for collision course. I hope you have understood it because it's pretty standard. And if there are any questions, you can please mention them in the comment section. Thank you for watching this video.